And yes, we have arrived. Perfect. It is very cold today. Not really, from what I've heard. Everyone's melting because it is summer in most places. But we have 8 players, and we're revisiting a real-world map called Norselands, which we've done in the past, but it's been a while. I think we did this a lot back in 2017. That was 5 years ago now. Haven't done it a lot since. Let's get the introductions in. As we've done a lot recently, we have 8 kings, but the kings explode, all right? So if you were to lose a king, your king could explode anything around it, or you could intentionally lose your king if someone gets you angry later on. Just add some extra flavor, some extra spice to these games. In the green, we have Lou Bagel playing as the Persians. In the orange, we have Jake Jimmy playing as the Teutons. In the gray, we have Lagerin playing as the Burgundians. This player updated their game just before this. They've been waiting for, and I quote, years to get in this opportunity. In the red, we have Paradox. Paradox playing as the Vikings up here in the north. Be fun to see him here using cheat codes right now. In the yellow, we have Ghaznavid playing as the Byzantines. In the blue, we have I Go Full Feudal playing as the Sicilians. I somehow doubt we're going to see Full Feudal here, but maybe you'll call my bluff. In the purple or magenta, we have Hide Wolf playing as the Incas. And then in the teal, we have Tetricus and the Phosphine playing as the Turks. There is Vikings here. And we did random Civ and somebody got Vikings? Let's go. Let's go. I'm pumped. It's freezing in Brazil right now. Awesome. Well, where I'm at is very warm. It's awesome we have such a global audience. I know my European audience. There's been a lot in the news about people just melting recently. So, okay. So red says it's casual speed. Oh God, is it actually casual speed? All right. So it's a little bit slower, but you can see people are already starting to talk. Blue says, I guess we need to re. Gray says, I'm a filthy casual, so this is fine. Green couldn't find the king. People are going to start chatting. But let me get some slight predictions out here, as I know this can be even overwhelming for us as we watch. But I predict that Paradox is going to be a threat in this game because he's in a very safe spot. I don't know what area this would technically be in the real world, but he's not as close to anyone. Also has a little bit more space to expand. And historically, I've seen the players who are on this peninsula here struggle a bit more as it's very difficult for them. They cannot walk across here, so they have the transport to get over here. And even that's not great. And they would have the transport to get over here as well. And then they just run right back into someone. So, we'll see, though. We'll see. Gray says, so who wants to be friends? And I haven't seen a lot of these guys play in community games. I am familiar with Paradox in the community. I don't know his skill level. If I had to guess, this is either going to make him feel really good or really bad, probably. But I'd probably say like 1,300 in 1v1s. He's done a good job hosting. He helped out with, when we did Wandering Warriors Cup, he helped out with Wandering Squires Cup, which was for lower level players. He also does some cool Nomad stuff from time to time. He's around, you know, like he's not someone I see every so often. He's doing stuff. He's being active. Now this area is always an interesting area to talk about in this one because that's a good area to escape with your king. And if you really wanted to win, you could place a castle here, have your king inside of it, and then have full navy control. And it'd be really hard for anyone to ever kill you. You could also trade. I guess the best trade route would be from this corner over to where Paradox is. But you could also argue that maybe if you use trade cogs, this could be a good route to go. So far, we have a few players who have not allied anyone. Lou Bagel hasn't allied anyone. And then also Jake Jimmy. Jake Jimmy's actually attacking Gray's dock. So that's pretty much everything that I have to say for the intro so far. Gray says, that's a strange way of showing friendship, mate. At least Gray's not upset about it. And is purple laming blue? Purple thought about it. Now, apparently, Teal and Blue are going to be friends here. Okay, Yellow making some jokes about getting some technologies. Some cool stuff. Paradox is sadly in Russia just past the Finnish border. Yeah, so here's the other thing about these real-world maps. I sucked in school, okay? I didn't pay attention. I cheated on tests. I was the worst. I was the guy that would, like... I was the class clown that anyone who really cared about classes would have hated. Now, it wasn't that bad. Like, I did it to respectful levels. There were people who did it to unrespectful levels. I recently actually caught up, spoke to, like, one of my high school teachers, which, what's it been, like, 10 years now? And they, you know, she said, and it made me feel good because I didn't believe this, that I was one of the good ones. But I was not, all right? So when it comes to, I know, like, the general regions of Northlands, but when it comes to, like, actually talking about specific areas, I am going to struggle here. So don't expect too much from me in that regard. But I love the start from Paradox with a bit of a fish boom. We haven't seen enough docking. Blue's tried it. Blue double dock, actually. That could be good. And actually, maybe the more I look around, we are seeing some docking here as we have fish here as well. Blue being very chatty, now chatting to Paradox. Anytime someone has a name that is all about Age of Empires, I just directly assume that they play mainly Age of Empires, which is not the majority. So I'm going to say that Blue's probably a solid player here. And Blue has already talked to multiple people here, which is good. Jake Jimmy says, I pressed something and it changed the stance, but now I allied you. Okay, so Jake Jimmy, I think this might be the first community game for Jake or Jimmy or both. And this is an error that we have seen before. Allying one person at the start, in theory, especially if you're allying someone who you share a border with, that makes sense. But in community games, over the first 20 minutes, people are just trying to figure out who's their friends and who's not, right? And oftentimes, it's hard to find out who you want to kill because everyone's very nice and, you know, you like to boom up with resources. Finally, Jake does this. I was just going to say, though, like, the best way to do it is just ally everyone. Because if they get military later and no one knows who's to attack and they see you haven't allied them yet, they're obviously going to attack you. You have to be as friendly as possible. So Lou Bagel's now making that mistake. Lou Bagel still hasn't allied anyone, but maybe Lou Bagel's forgotten because of the stress. So Varian says that's funny. I assume AoE 2 related names are noobs. Well, it's not like I go full feudal is going to make a lot of sense in other games. It doesn't mean that you that does not mean that you can't play other games, but that implies that you are in it enough where you're going to have a name about it. So that's where I'm at on that. That's just been my experience as a content creator. Like, we did just have 2 Karambits, one Pop, which is an amazing name, win the previous community game. And, okay, Yellow's going to declare war on Green because Yellow probably looked at the list and said, hey, who's friends with me, who's not? And Lou Bagel was on the list of not. So Blue's speaking to Purple now. I think Blue also spoke to Red. Potentially Yellow. It says, hey, Perp, sup, we're neighbors. Okay. It's an interesting little conversation. Like, what? Like, very observant. Wow, you're such an observant guy. Thanks for pointing that out to me. Yeah, Yellow, how you doing? Wow, Blue's super try-hard here. Blue is full, like, explosive hopper here, chatting to everyone he can. Now, I want to talk about something for a second. So, in the most recent video that had Explosive Hopper, where Explosive Hopper, spoilers, did end up getting the win, someone in the comments was like, oh, Explosive Hopper he clearly is only in it for himself. Why does everyone trust him? But the thing, I rewatched part of it. The thing is, if you're chatting to individual people and you're not letting anyone else see that chat, it is not clear to people. as we have Lou Bagel now declaring neutrality towards yellow and allying orange. So Lou is big on the stances. That could be negative for Lou later on, like I said. But yeah, so if you're able to be chatty enough where everyone thinks you're friends, it doesn't matter if we're watching it and seeing it. It's not obvious. So I'll be curious to see how obvious it is to the others later on, because if you talk to 6 people, you can only fight with a couple of them usually. Yellow says, I'm playing so badly it feels like a Tuesday. That's great. Green, thank you. We should be aware of dangers of the north. I'm a big fan of Lou Bagel and Jake Jimmy. I feel they're going to be a true little underdog story here just because of how their starts have gone. But Green is on the second TC so far, so maybe I'm mistaken there. Because you think of me is what is now being said by Gray, which... Oh, my Apple Watch is alerting me my heart rate is high, says Lou Bagel. And now Gray is making the joke because you think of me, like, haha, you're in love with me and I'm making you nervous. But unfortunately, Green didn't even hear that because the chat settings were wrong, but I like the joke. Yeah, I've heard that before as well, that people's watches are notifying them their heart rate's too high. I can imagine it's stressful. You know how many people are going to be watching out there, and you've been pumping it up in your head. I imagine people think through, oh, if I was playing, I would do this. And you're actually here, so. Hey, be careful of Paradox. He's 1450. Okay, so I was wrong when I said 1300. But that's close enough. I wonder what Blue's elo is. Like, Blue's doing a good job to already, like, single out Paradox as the potential player to focus on. And now, at the same time, Paradox says, strength in numbers, my friend. We are neighbors. Let's stick together. So Yellow's like, dang, I'm popular. Man, I'm really popular. And chat continues. So, the eco's at the bottom left. Blue and red, very close. Then you have Hide Wolf. Purple is just fished a lot. But a fish boom is always good. Jake Jimmy says, I will pledge a night to thee. Which, I love Jake so much. Jake's gone for a crazy farm eco. Says, nah, forget about the fish. Accidentally forgot to ally at the start. And Gray is actually warning Green. Says, Green, mate, you might want to ally people, especially Orange and me. I like that. And I guess, okay, Blue must have signaled this because Purple was going to take the gold, the stone rather. And now we have an apology and I delete. And then there's an observation from Yellow to everyone else that Red is taking all the relics right now. So they're talking about trade. I'm wondering, they actually had a fishing ship go all the way. Oh my God, wait a second.
Yes.
I forgot this isn't played and explored. So you really need to know the map to know that piece of land is over there. I talked about this before we got into the game, though. I literally just said it on stream. But yeah, so now Blue has confirmed there's something over there. I think Blue's going to transport. Okay. Purple, I hear our strong alliance is worried by you. Would you like to join us? Really? They backstabbing? I'm allied to you. Okay, so that made Purple very confused and concerned. I don't think that was Orange's intention. I think Orange is just like, let's chat it up right now. And let's get as many friends as possible. Green is currently being attacked by a wolf, which is terrifying in these lands. But with Loom, this lady should be able to handle that with that large stick she has. And she just turns it right into a hammer because it's an all-utility tool. Oh no, who are they? Yes, Gray and Fagreen are friendly to me too. Everyone at the moment. Yellow now goes to Orange and says, we are low on score. We need to take out someone before we become soft targets. Now, I don't know, like, Orange says we need all the help we can. I think that's going to Purple, though. But wait, no, it's not. We need all the help we can. I'm scared. Ah, this is... Yes, I love it when players are... I don't know why. There's just something so cute about it. When they're just so afraid, they just want to be friends with everyone. And I love it when weak players band together. Okay, now there's a signal from blue. Sorry, my chat freezes up here when I page up. Blue just signaled it but didn't say anything. We got this. Gray and red can be first targets for us. Okay, so you're just saying about how you're weak and you're scared, but you want to target the top score guy? That doesn't really add up in my mind. See how cramped it gets on land? It's very cramped. Blue has transported and is making docks over here. This is so smart. This is so smart. If you can get somebody to dock down here, which hasn't been scouted, that could be the best trade in the game, I think. Also, if you get your king over there, your king will be safe, assuming you have some water control. Yes, I love it when players are scared. I just love the amount of different emotions that can come into play. As we have Paradox being turned on by purple, and that is because Paradox is trying to take the relic. That's the only reason. And I think Paradox will probably notice this and should say something about it. Now, this is sneaky from Paradox, but this is also something that could bother people. And now Paradox is going to turn on purple, and Paradox might try and actually, like, destroy purple. And blue's going to drop a monastery right next to the monk, which is kind of funny. And Paradox, this is change. And that's one way to do it. The monk is now in blue's castle. On low HP, healing up. And purple says, my relic. And red says, no. And now blue is asking about the villagers. And now blue could be worried about purple. So, you okay? He's leaving. And this is blue saying this to red. And now red hops out of the castle and is just going to move. And now purple's like, WTF, bro. He's stealing the relic. That's my relic or your relic. Somebody take the relic. Also, hello, Frederick. I don't think they're very good. Wait, what's this? Don't think they're very good. The Teutons, I made knights and swords. All right, knights and swords. How's it going, everyone? As red makes it away with this relic. How many relics is that for Paradox? That'll be 3 relics. That might not seem like a lot, but if no one wants to trade with you later on, that's nice. Okay, Jake Jimmy has plenty of stables. It's a cute little base over here. Green and orange are trading. Just hoping those knights aren't headed my way, Jimmy, says Lou. Lou showing that there's very little trust here. Yo, Blue, just to you. Our pact still stands? Wow, I didn't recall them having a pact, but I guess Blue did talk to everyone. Interesting. And then Yellow's asking Blue if they'd like to snipe anybody. Yeah, Red's corner is good and bad. You can't really move around much, but I guess it's better than being sandwiched. You can't move around on this map in general, so... And all we have longbows here against purple, all because of that one relic. So those longbows, I don't think they should fully deny the castle. I think purple can build it from over here. You sure that's what you meant, says Blue. Yellow says it was sent to only you, so definitely what I meant. Yeah, because there was no comma in there. So wanna snipe Blue could have been a mistake from Yellow to somebody else, as if, like, let's kill Blue. But it was not. Commas are very important. What's that funny joke about how commas are important? It has something to do with, like, grandma? I don't know if anyone else remembers that. Purple was mean. Red, you are very intimidating. I hope I don't get that fate. And Paradox says, no, I like you, Jim. Okay. Eat, shoots, and leave. Oh, I think it's just let's eat, grandma. Yeah, let's eat, comma, grandma, or let's eat, grandma. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Oh, God, there's other examples. No, we don't need the other examples. I remember the other one now. And we don't need that. We don't need that at all. Well, more and more fortifications. Jake Jimmy must be relieved that Red likes him. So that's cool. Also, side note, Paradox called him Jim when it's clearly Jake Jimmy, so get it right. So who of you beautiful fellas wants to trade with me, says Lageron32. Open invitation as opposed to singling someone out. And Red now signals that area. And there is a market being deleted now. Interesting. Okay, guys, you literally, I say don't, said don't take it too far. Dude, blast from the past, though, man. Blast from the past. I remember those days where I thought that was funny. I definitely don't think that's funny anymore. Okay, trade cogs passing through very slowly, I might add, but over here, oh, look at it. Look at it. I go full feudal. Making the trade cogs, triple castle over here, taking the stone and gold as well. It's very smart. Gray says, only because I believe our eternal friendship. So Gray's like, yeah, you can trade, and you can even have some of this gold because I believe in us. Now, this is what I think's going to happen. So, blue and yellow, I believe, will be true to each other. I'm not sure red exactly wants to be buddy-buddy with gray, but I think might have to be out of necessity. Blue is now also going to load into this transport ship, I assume, to get to that left corner, but you better be quick about this, blue. I don't think red's paying attention to that, but red is using navy against purple still. But purple is building up navy to deal with that. So there will be a big naval battle between the Vikings and the Incas. Very historical battle, the Incas and the Vikings facing off in Scandinavia. It's crazy, right, that they were able to do that, considering the Eagles barely have clothes on. Wouldn't they have been cold? But that's just how it went. In or out on sniping red. Blue says in, building military soon, and teching up. All right. So, yeah, but, like, blue, this is a risky move, but I guess the timing is going to be right. Also, very good call out from Choo Choo Train. You're right. This would be an amazing corner to wonder. Oh, I never thought about that. Blue is dangerous is something that is now being said by Jake Jimmy. And is saying that to red and is now immediately going to blue to talk to blue. Fascinating. Red is, though, losing this naval battle to purple's galleons. Longboats are really good, though. I think it would actually be a fight that red would win, but red can't. Red doesn't have the reinforcements close by, so maybe doesn't want to stick around. Well, blue and orange are now going to have a little chat. Incas had a navy. Interesting. I think they get full upgrades on galleons here. Let's take out red first. Blue is keen to join us. And this is yellow to orange. And orange says, I was going to move my king to a castle to hide on your small island. I think that's supposed to be hide. Is that okay? And blue says no. Which I would as well, because that's your safe place. You don't want another bomb there. I'm so bummed that I wish... Actually, the play, if you're orange, is just to do it. Is you were too nice to ask permission. You show up, you hop in the castle, and you're like, hey, mighty fine castle you have here. You better not kill me, because then your island's screwed later on. And blue says, I will sling you, though, so you can be safe. Which is smart, right? Blue doesn't want to anger orange. But yeah, red isn't really committed to any of these water battles. Red's in trouble. The purple's going full water right now, and people are going to attack red on land. I think red will be the first to die. Top score. Maybe hasn't diploed as much with yellow. Like, really should have had some conversations there instead of just with gray. Here's the resource stockpiles for those wondering. It's looking much better for Paradox, so maybe Paradox will be able to defend. Paradox is trading over here to blue, but that will not last forever, obviously. Okay. Very short distance trade here from green and orange, but it is 7 gold per trip. That's better than nothing. And we have elite war elephants from Lou Bagel, who's got a beautiful farming eco, I must say. How are you doing, Jimmy? Trying to talk just to you. Aw. Remember, Lou and Jake Jimmy both really struggled to trust at the start of this game. But Jake Jimmy's been very talkative. Now, the eco is much smaller than everyone else in the game. Blue and yellow want me to attack red with them. So now Jimmy is saying this to Lou, and Lou's going to be like, oh, Lou says anyone hassling you. So Lou's like the older brother, and Jake Jimmy's at risk of getting picked on. He knows his little bro is vulnerable. His name is Jake, but since it's his little bro, he calls him Jimmy, that type of a deal. We are really close, so want to make sure we are good. Aw. Makes sense, too, right? Obviously, you don't want a bomb going off next to your base. That would suck. Orange has been very wholesome, and I worry for Orange for that reason. Orange just... Well, that might be good. But for Orange, it's all Diplo so far. I think they're okay, but what if they are angry when they see my army? Question mark. Okay, red says purple is meanie. Yes. Okay, purple is meanie. Everyone else is about to be a meanie to you as well here, it seems like, Paradox. So, I mean, purple's got red focused on water. That's immediately what I thought when I saw him. Because they're chatting here. Okay, so they're talking about purple. And then purple's like, yo, red's been attacking me all game. So, gray currently doesn't realize that everyone wants to turn on red. And if gray knew, I think it would be wise for gray to also join against red. Because you do not want to fight people in the other areas. But as always, it takes a while for the first person to go down. Once the first person goes down, it gets crazy. Red says GB, which means go back, or it means Green Bay, if you're an NFL fan, in which case I hate you because I'm a Vikings fan. Yes. And life is pain for me, so I have to be aggressive like that. Okay, purple now allies red. Hey, teal, been a bit sup. Okay, here's my concern. Now, I don't think it's going to be the biggest deal, but, like, I thought yellow and blue had the timing right. They were going to, or it means Great Britain. Psh, who cares about them? Should be careful. A lot of people from the UK watch me. But, like, the timing would have been perfect for blue and for yellow to turn on red as red was being attacked by purple. Now they're buddy-buddy. And now there's just more and more discussions. Now, they don't know all the discussions, but 2v1, I've done the math, or 3v1, I've done the math, sorry. That's better for the 3 than it is for the 1, regardless of the player. Look at Jake Jimmy's, their recruiter. Orange mate, why the wall? Great, okay. I have good news. Green will join us. This is to blue and yellow. I love Jake Jimmy's, Diplo. Also, finding time to squeak in wheelbarrow there. Good stuff. Lots of trade passing through this area. Will get very cluttery. Awesome, let's do this. Hi, blue and yellow and green. Yes. We will aim for red, question mark. And it's now being confirmed. And Jake Jimmy says, rally the troops. So the bottom score player is actually going to rally some troops here, apparently. And it's 4 paladins. With full upgrades, though. Gray, would you like to go on an adventure to the north? Okay, so this might be a time where Gray can choose sides. Jake Jimmy might be saving Gray, because if Gray finds out that literally everyone's going to go attack red, either he has to be loyal to a player who might die, or he has to switch sides. Okay, so green was talking with Gray. Gray says, you finally talk with me. I thought you and orange. Yes. Me are super cool. Wow, so not just cool, they're super cool. Blue, purple, and teal meeting in the woods. Let's make it us three at the end as well. Yes, to the end. Purple says yes. But like blue has already promised this is going to be to the end with like everyone. Again, I think blue's one of the favorites because of this position. This position's very strong. It's also a great spot for a wonder later on. I'm sure the resources will be there for wonders. As you can see, the gold count's very high. Everyone know who Fat Slob is Paradox. And Gosna says, yes, he's the guy who beat Viper. Very true. Very true, he did. I remember Viper being pressured to play him after I made the videos about Fat Slob, and Viper didn't find it near as entertaining as I did. I can send troops to attack red if that is the plan. Yes. Yes, as they say. Oh, they're talking about Fat Slob now? Okay, green no allies, gray. Exactly. Okay, we need to go in. There's a lot of walls here, which is, I think, the joke Paradox is making, because he is Vikings and Fat Slob plays as the Vikings. The lack of siege is a bit concerning. I don't know how they're planning on breaking through these walls. And Jake Jimmy says, I'm almost ready. And Jake Jimmy's going to have Elite Teutonic Knights and Paladins. Dang. More Paladins, more Teutonic Knights on the way. Now green's coming as well. Literally everyone's going to attack Paradox at the same time. I have to question. So, like I said earlier in this, that Paradox has been around a while. Paradox, your top scorer. You've seen how these games develop. Like, why so little chatter, right? Saying so-and-so is a meanie is the only thing I've really seen of importance from Red with chat. Blue says T90 must be losing his mind. Purple says I'm out of wood. This video is sponsored by Roman. All these sponsorships for... there are other YouTubers or streamers who might have sponsors for that. I don't do that kind of stuff. But I could see your problem here, Purple. I'm sorry to hear about that. Is Gray with us? Literally everyone's with you. Red says, what's going on here? Okay, so Red signals this. And is like, what are you doing? Gray, you ready to jump red? Going after teal, says yellow. So lying to red. Okay. Sneaky. I didn't realize how big the wood problem would be for these players. They really need to relocate. Also, the trade is very satisfying. I can cannon galleon, question mark, says Red. Well, Red believes... I'm assuming Red believes that these players are with him. Right behind you guys is Gray. Green says, okay, I'm ready. Yeah, everyone's just getting ready for the attack. Where is Green? Yeah, Green's ready. Gray's ready. We could have 400 population running right into Red's base. We're at 50 minutes. Normally, the 1 hour mark is when people start to get picked off. We want to kill yellow, question mark. This is purple saying this to blue and to teal, which that's a good position. They did say they're going to be together till the end. Let's take out red. I'm ready to go. Let's go now, says yellow. Yeah, okay. I thought you guys were ready to go like 10 minutes ago. Gray says, I'm feeling a bit uneasy with a ton of big-ass elephants in my base. Listen, they're big-boned. Don't make fun of their asses, okay? They're fine. I think their asses are very proportional to the rest of their body. It's all muscle. You don't have to be upset, elephants. Okay, Red sees this now, and Red's now walling, and this is like the second time that Red has signaled it. Yeah, I guess they did select casual speed instead of normal speed. I forgot that casual speed was even a thing, so it's a bit slower. Do you have siege? I can't break walls with archers. No. Oops. Okay, so they didn't think about that. But green, of course, Lou's the one who starts it. Lou's like, I'm ready. All right? I'm ready. So Lou is going to get first blood. makes the move against red. We'll see if red can put up a fight here. I don't think it's going to be easy. Red's going to need teammates. Red now turns on Lou. I'm assuming it's going to be like pikemen and berserks and champions maybe. Yellow and blue, if they were true allies, they would be here to help. So here they go. Also, stockpiles again. Look at the gold. Look at the 100 trade cogs for Tetricus. The resources are climbing big time. Turks are not bad when it comes to getting gold either. Okay, couple units going down here or there. Can break walls. We're fine, says yellow to blue. Well, here come the Rams, so yes. Paradox hasn't said anything. Like, if I got attacked, I would say, hey, can somebody help? But maybe Paradox sees the writings on the wall. Paradox now turns. If there's any doubt, that doubt is gone now. And yes, this is currently a 3v1 versus Paradox. But I expect it to be even more because here comes Jake Jimmy. Happy to be part of the squad. You can't stop 4 full armies attacking you. I'm sorry. Now, purple is now been turned on by red as well. At gray says, I'm sorry, brother. They made me do it. Imagine getting turned on by 5 people and also being Vikings. I guess you would think that Civ would have some type of home field advantage here, but it doesn't exactly work like that. The Vikings do struggle. With, let's say, pop efficiency, right? They don't get Paladin. They don't get the best siege. And purple says, you know I'm your only friend. And red, in despair, says, then help. But says that to the wrong person. And now purple will turn. Wow, yeah, I'm your only friend. And then here I am killing your ships. We are in, says yellow to orange. And orange is here now. I was wondering if gray would take this as an opportunity to loop into Jake, Jimmy, or green's base, but I do think that gray really appreciates them. If I had to guess how this game would go from here... Oh my god. Oh, the units are just going to run around. If I had to guess... and obviously a lot will depend on where this king explodes for Paradox, but I think that blue and yellow are going to want to kill off green and orange, and gray's going to have to make a decision there. Because green and orange seem a little bit weaker in some ways. And I think gray might want to be loyal to them. Okay, onagers behind walls, just like Fat Slop. True dedication to the Slobster. The progress is being made, though. And I feel like if Paradox realizes this is going to happen, as Jake Jimmy screams off with his head and is enjoying life, I would maybe try and get my king to someone's base. I think it'd be tough to transport it here because your transport could go down. But, like, try and get to somebody's base with that explosion so you can get some payback. You're not that far away. You could run right into yellow's base with that king. But maybe right now Paradox, who has more units on the way, feels like it's possible. But it is inevitable, I feel. Though Paradox doesn't want to just roll over without putting up a fight. Teal has been awfully quiet this game. Has tons of gold, has really not chatted much. And Paradox has disrespect the Vikings like this. Yeah. Hey, maybe they're threatened by the Vikings because they understand the lands. Trebs need to be on the way, probably needed to be on the way a while ago. Or even just more siege rams would have been good. But who needs that when you've got paladins and Teutonic knights and elephants and elite Coustier. Okay. Purple's sending more villagers to chop wood here, which I think is really funny. Some people send forward armies, other people send forward lumberjacks. And Gray says, Tetricus also seems quite dangerous, though, mates, because of the score, and that's resources. That is resources banked that's doing that. So, top score is normally one of the targets, and now the fact that Teal is banking so much and not talking to people and not helping could be a problem. And Teal is now asking Blue, are you still good? Credit to Paradox. He's held. And the longer someone holds in this type of position, I mean, he's still losing tons of units. But the longer someone holds in this position, the more time it gives for the other things to develop. Like, the lack of trust in teal will just grow and grow and grow. But yeah, I mean, some of the most OP units in the game are fighting against red right now. Red has no chance. The Coustier, in my opinion, like shouldn't exist in its current form, or at least it needs to be way more expensive. Competitively, that is. In a community game, it's also still really sick. And, okay, the king's now in a transport. I think blue signaled it. Or that was treason, possibly, or something. So Paradox realized what was going to happen and has the king on water now. And is massing a ton of ships to defend it. This story is not over yet. There's also 2 transports. One has a villager and one has a king. Oh, the one is the king's son. He's conflicted. He's like, on one hand, I don't want my father to die, but on the other hand, just think of all the power I could have. And then he's like, no, you must not think like that. What land shall we actually rule if father dies? You know, it's this whole thing. The relics can now be taken. The 2 relics, I always thought he got the 3rd. But who knows? And Jake Jimmy says, can I help you, purple? Which is going to freak everyone out. Oh, but it's not like, can I help you do something, purple? It's like, why are you in my base? And purple says, no, just green set me to enemy. I leave you all alone. And now green's like, I will make archers for that, but I'm pop capped. Don't you hate that? Rich people problems, am I right? I can't clear up my trade because I have too much cool stuff. Well, I mean, red's base is going down, but red is extremely determined to defend. And when I look at red's resources, still more navy could be produced. Now, blue is sitting in the trade, and blue saw the king was there, so is focusing navy. But I don't think blue will have the population space to be able to full focus navy. And maybe red could just ride out the storm. Somebody else will start attacking somebody else. Like this whole thing that's happening right now between purple and green. Also, I'm not sure why green turned on purple. It is. I remember green didn't ally everybody earlier, so I wonder if that was part of it. Yeah, it is not orange that is the target from purple. It is that. Oh wait, we have green here with some stuff, but no, it is actually the fact that purple just wants to disrupt green. Okay, gray has been turned on by red, which should have happened a while ago. Blue's navy. Oh, get out of here and stay out, punk. Wow, that's sick. I imagine he probably got confused. He thinks that's a demo, but it's a trade cog. Demos and trade cogs look so similar. Now, gray says, yo, orange, green, blue, yellow. Perp and Tetricus seem very close and very dangerous. Okay. And red's trying to escape right now. So we have... Do you ever go to a sports game and then they're like... At least here in the States, it'll be like... have this like animated burger patties. And it's like, try and guess which patty has the thing behind it. And then like the things shuffle. And you have to try and follow which one is which. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, I don't know what that game's called. But it's the same thing. But with transport ships here. We got 2 in 1... 2 villagers in one villager in the next, and then we've got a king here. You guys, peace. We strong together, says Paradox. To teal and to purple, which would probably be the best people to say that to. But I would be careful going through ships like this. The king one's right there. 3-card Monty, is that what it is? Okay, I've seen it with a lot of different things and like screens and sports games. A lot is happening. So yellow just turned. Someone has turned on blue, has turned on red, and has actually hit the correct transport ship. Red is still making progress. The teal need help. Red right there. Teal's not helping. And I think red even forgot where the king was. Oh, teal is getting attacked big time over here. But teal's going to defend like that from that. And purple has turned on the wrong person. Holy cav archers. We hadn't seen much from teal this game, but that's because teal was just waiting for the proper time. But again, blue is full on against red and really wants to kill that king. So they're obviously fighting over a lot of land here, but the most important thing is going to be the water trade. So anyone, like if purple can kill all of teal's water trade, that would be massive. Seems like a fight that teal is winning right now. And then blue has demos, and blue wants to demo those transport ships, which I respect, but I don't think you can out-micro this many longboats. Okay, there are the explosions. Red, it's really... It's not so good when you don't even fire with the longboats. And teal could kill red right now, but it seems like teal's helping. Meanwhile, purple's king, if you're wondering, is actually here, but this castle is killing a lot of trade right now. But teal could kill purple, so I mean... I think I prefer teal's position, but it's tricky. Oh god, red's king went down. Oh god, it got demoed too. I gotta go back. Blue actually got it? Are you kidding me? Well, I went way too fast. I'm sorry. So blue came in with demos from the left side and goes in for the group of transport ships, and it's in this one. Paradox, no, dude. Oh. And hey, blue correctly guessed the right transport ship. All right, so there will be no explosion from that king. It'll sink down to the bottom of the ocean. No explosion if it dies on water. Paradox goes down like we all expected. But look at the score. Who expected this? And then purple's getting pushed. Purple's second in score. And blue immediately says, who got him, question mark. Oh, I love it. I love that. Just, you don't want to take the credit for that because you don't want to be seen as strong. Purple says, teal attacked me. Help me. And now blue says, hey, I allied. Sorry for delay. Hard to keep up. So I guess green allies yellow like, 1 hour later. And gray's a little worried about orange's Teutonic Knights. Obviously, that's something they'll sort out together. Again, the trade will continue to go down for teal if teal doesn't push this. But I do not see how on earth you're able to stop this Turkish death ball. And Tetricus has 30,000 gold as well. So no explosion, which is a little sad, but to be expected for a player who was on water for so long. Also expected, as we mentioned before, that the player who would control this area would have have an advantage long term. I mean, Halb's not going to do it. You would probably need to have elite eagles. But even then against Turks, they can mix in gunpowder, and heavy cav archers are still half decent in those situations because 100 HP and all that attack. Need you fast. Teal is killing me. Now, purple could make a decision to try and sacrifice the king and take out teal at the same time as himself. So if you think you're going to die, you can try and use your king as a bomb. But I'm not sure purple wants to accept that right now. But I would realize that I was screwed as I continue to lose ground and consider it. Blue looping navy around, not doing a lot on land. Should be the least concerned out of everyone, simply due to this. Also, there's a bug. Still hear the siege onagers, the ghost siege onagers there in the corner. Trick, welcome in, by the way. Hello, hello. Hello to everyone else. Got blue moving along with the navy. For some reason, as blue's taking what's left of the trees there. Yeah, like Inca Eagles do have 10 Pierce armor, which means they take 1 damage a hit. But there's 107 cav archers. So it takes 60 shots to take out an eagle. The firing speed means it's going to be more than fine. You need HP in these instances. Jimmy just realized what was happening here. Or excuse me, Jim. Or Jake. He says, wow, teal and purple are fighting. We should attack now. Purple, your time is passing. If you are going to explode something here, you need to make your run for it now. I don't think purple wants to accept that fate. Just like red didn't want to. I think red wanted to hold on longer. But the trade is dying. The king is now on the move. This is Teal's point of view. Teal does not see the kings on the move. Okay, the Hussar's actually chasing. There is a castle here, though. Okay, so I don't know if Teal's researching treason, but Teal might see this king and just be tunnel vision on that. Now the king is on the move. Now, if you have enough golds, you can research treason to find out where the enemy kings are. All right. Let's see, is purple going to do that? Okay, the castle's actually down now, so treason cannot be researched. And there's that king. The push continues. Impressive push, too. Like, this is, like, really going to make people worried about this player. And now purple's going to try and reboom. Okay, so purple says, I'm not going to try and kill Teal with this. I still feel like I can have a chance in this game. I don't think purple will actually have a chance, but this does mean there's a live bomb running through blue and yellow's base, which is not going to make them happy. So, we'll see. Lou Bagel turning on blue, I think because blue's taking this wood. Dang. That's an interesting thing, but again, we talked about wood earlier. Wood could be a big issue on this map. I'll check the stockpiles on wood. Wow, Lou Bagel has the most wood. Makes sense with the position that Lou started in. There's definitely a lot more wood over here. And Orange says, I feel sad about this, and I'm not sure why. But there's the new TC for purple. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, they're definitely running out of resources, so trade is important here. I think I'm next. I'm easy target sandwiched. And blue says yes. Which is not great. It's not like the most uplifting thing. Like, if I thought I was going to die next, I feel like I'd want my buddies to be like, no, no. And guess what? If they attack you, I'll be there for you. But yeah, he's just like, yeah, probably. And, oh my god. Okay. Okay, so blue noticed this. And blue kills the king, which is king snipe number 2, by the way. Kills the king. And then deletes the evidence. Deletes the cavalier instantly. And yellow is right here. And this could kill yellow as well. Let's see. It's going to be close. There is obviously a big explosion. And yellow's king is still alive. Yellow's king is still alive. Just as yellow types. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. How? Literally one tile off from dying. 11 LMAO, what happened? Question mark. And orange is like, wow. And blue's just like, man, that's just the craziest thing ever. Like, bro, I love you. I'm so happy you're still alive. And deep down inside, he's like, oh my god, man. So unlucky. Blue is obviously going to fight green. I don't even know if yellow noticed this happened, truthfully. Okay, yellow acknowledges this and says, forgot about exploding kings. And Lou is now talking to yellow, whose king is still there. And I think Jimmy might see it. I love orange. Orange says, oh dear. There's something about that phrase. Oh dear. It's just so innocent. Didn't lose anything important. Just most of my houses 11, says yellow. Okay, so yellow's happy to be alive, making more houses in a nice little box. Hasn't tried to, you know, put the king inside a castle or anything, which would make sense, but nope. And meanwhile, teal is just taking out all of the buildings that were left over from purple. Blue is the only player I see still trading on water, though. And I cannot stress that enough. Trade is so important here. I got no issue with you, green, says teal. Now, can you please put this king away, yellow? Because what's going to happen is I'm going to look away to look at other stuff, and then you're going to lose your king. How come capture age isn't showing who killed the kings? Oh, that's true. Why isn't it showing it? Like, with the transport, I understood. Because with the transport, technically, it wasn't... you know, it would have tracked as blue taking out the transport, but not the king. But I don't know why that kill didn't count. I don't think it was deleted. Okay, so green is attacking teal, and this has been happening as I've been waiting for yellow to inevitably lose his king. And so when teal said, I have no issue with you, green, that was basically like, hey, stop attacking me. But green really wants this area. Now, it was definitely killed by blue's cavalier, and then blue deleted them, right? There's no way purple deleted at that time. So I think maybe capture age is just bugged for some reason. Even blue was so good at hiding it that even capture age is confused. Yo, capture this, capture age. Again, the trade down here is absolutely abysmal. And the gold counts are there for you. I mean, yellow's in trouble here. But yellow really wants to fight. Yellow seems to be on team green, though, which is not the team I would want to be on if I were yellow, but... Yeah, it's like yellow... I think yellow and orange had a conversation earlier in the game about how they're both low elo, so they want to team up together. Blue, buddy, we are going for teal. You in. Yes. Who is we? I don't even know who we is. Maybe that's Jake Jimmy's going to be involved in that. I'm very excited to see how that fight goes. I think that teal might not be able to handle it, because teal is very preoccupied with green. And green's a beast. Green also has a lot of enemies, but we're seeing the benefit of being stuck in the corner. Bombard cannons, elite war elephants, also crossbows. Look at how many bombard cannons are there for teal, though. Oh, man. But here comes gray, and now teal's going to notice this. But teal doesn't seem to have many friends right now. Hi, green. Do you know where blue king is? I could get it, maybe. Okay. I don't think green would really have that knowledge. But if they were to pay attention, if they were actually allied together, which they're not, anyone who is allied should know pretty clearly. Like, if I see this, I might at first glance think that's where the king is, but then if I knew this was there, like, that's got to be the spot. On water, corner of map, says green. Now, green is saying that to yellow, though. So that's a chat mistype. And that's understandable just because of the situation right now where green's fighting. And gray says the Fortress of Doom, which will also not supply orange with the proper information. In fact, that supplies blue with that information. So blue might be a little worried now, but I don't think blue is a lot to be worried about. You have navy, you have 3 castles. It's the safest spot in the map. Found it very early, which was smart. Also, teal could go down. Teal is actually in a transport ship and is heading past crossbowmen. Oh, no! Crossbows! King's dead. And another one sinks. And capture age will be confused with this one, too. There will also be no explosion with that one. So teal, I believe, was trying to send the king towards green's corner. It's not going to happen. Elephants will be marching all around the map. Don't worry, I clicked them to blue. TLDR just passing slowly, says green, but teal is out of the game. Teal well played. Everyone turned on you awfully quick. It's like the mob will always go for the players who are dominant and are looking like a threat against the others, except for blue, because blue has been hiding the fact that he has been involved in these kills. He hid 2 out of the 3 kills. He demoed and said, what was that? And, oh, God, don't try and trade. Oh, God. Okay, back up, back up, back up. Paradox still has navy. Mistakes were made. But yeah, like, blue has really been hiding the fact that these kings are being killed by him. And it's working out nicely. Who killed teal? Gray says, I didn't do nothing. I don't even think green knows, which is going to add to that confusion. Yeah, Capture Age showed a green sword icon over... Like, the way Capture Age showed that llama drama makes sense, because it shows notifications for when the building, or in this case transport, that a king is in, is being attacked. But what it doesn't track is... It doesn't count that as a king kill, because the king falling into the water is what kills it, not the unit killing it. So the X that just doesn't make sense to me is purple's X, because that was an actual unit killing it. Yellow mate, want me to protect you. Yellow says from. And Gray says the evils of the Wordle. Man, I hate Wordles. I have a chat room with our Discord, which is kind of bugged out, honestly, because it used to be linked to a Twitch, etc. We've just kept that there. But it's just all we have there is Wordles. It's not even conversation. Oh, he meant to say world. I see. I've never tried Wordles personally. I don't know if people are into Wordles. Sorry if I offended my Wordle audience. Let's look at the stockpiles again. Yellow's, I guess, working up some trade. Gray's got the most. Gray's also Burgundians, so should be getting gold from some of these farms. Blue has Navy, frowny face. We have to go water. I think that they're all going to start to work against Blue soon, honestly. And I think if they talk to Jimmy Jake, that Jimmy Jake or Jake Jimmy's going to be on board. Green, they want to kill Gray, and then you. Wait, who's they? Is this a lie from Jake Jimmy? Teal is dead. Let's kill Gray. Then our alliance is tops. Okay, so I don't think it's a lie. I think Jake Jimmy believes it's what Yellow wants. But at the same time, Yellow said orange and green, let's kill Gray. Then we go blue. So that should... Surprise face. He just said the same, but him, not you. I don't understand anymore. Orange, my friend, I think we have to make a tough decision soon concerning green. Ooh. Blue said careful about something. Blue is letting Gray know about this. Green says I just don't want blue to win, hiding all the way over there. Okay, so this is miscommunication, but it's understandable. It would be solved if green were to talk to other people right now. Green needs to be talking to the other two, and then I think it all makes sense. Gray just had 2 heart attacks. I think blue needs to be chatting more too. Blue needs to be talking to Gray probably and like, hey, like they're saying this, they're doing that. Also, Yellow's king is still right there and has been chilling here. So apparently Yellow's forgotten about that. Yellow now turns on Gray. Whoa. Okay. And now Gray's obviously going to have to defend this. We can deal with blue later. Added bonus for you. You are teamed with 2 low elo guys, 11. This is yellow to green and also orange. I don't see what yellow gains from attacking Gray if yellow's long-term plan is to kill blue. I don't think that makes your position any stronger if you're yellow. But it does seem like everyone's going to go after Gray now just because they didn't know who to attack. So they're like, okay, let's just do it. Like, orange and green are not really excited to do this right now. They could just turn on yellow and blue and ally with Gray. That might actually be the better play, but I don't think anyone understands what's happening. As Jake Jimmy said a moment ago, I don't understand. Blue's asking for the king. Gray's got an amazing base, too. Like, this is not an enemy you want. But I guess the elephants are kind of walking back over here. Here's villagers from Jake Jimmy, which is kind of funny. Green also has Navy clearing up some leftover buildings. Yellow's going to make a bunch of barracks. Placed one right on his king. Still hasn't noticed the king is there. So we know that yellow is looking at that part of the screen. Blue's talking to Gray. And I mean, Gray's defended very nicely here. And Gray should be able to continue to do that. I have not seen 24 elephants against 57 QSTA, but I imagine the QSTA can win this. Gray, ping yellow's king, use treason. Guess he moved, question mark. And Gray says green is betraying me next, which is definitely what it looks like. So blue would take out yellow. This is the thing. It's like, yellow, why attack Gray when like your king's not? I guess he just doesn't know. Ping yellow's king so I can help. Green now says, okay, it's making more sense. I've been talking to the wrong people for a long time. Oh, this sounds like a good old... This sounds like a change of directions. Oh, God. Okay, so now Yellow's king is dead. And now in this case, blue might not act like he doesn't know who did it because blue got that information from gray. But we'll see. And capture rate shows that one, so maybe purple did delete the king. That's weird. Maybe there's a visual bug? No, I think yellow just forgot. I think yellow just forgot. I've seen it enough times. These games get wild, and the king, you don't have a go-to king hotkey, so... Anyways, yellow, whose plan was to attack gray alone and then eventually kill blue with everyone, which is very weird. You know, probably was just excited, wanted to kill some stuff. Yellow's out of the game. Which, to be honest, yellow was just like... If yellow was a cat, yellow was already on like 11 lives at that point. After that other nuke exploded, so... Alright. So green should be chatting. I've been talking to wrong people for a long time. This is where everyone, I believe, will go after blue. That would make the most sense to me. Also, blue, make a wonder right now. I'm telling you. You have to understand the way this is going to go. We'll see. Okay, Kusti are massing. Green and gray are just... chilling out. Also, in this corner, we have green. And we have orange as king. Oh, no. Orange, put your king inside the castle. Jimmy. If someone knows your king is out in the open, both you and green are going to die because of this. Put that king inside of a castle. And yes, Wonder Victory's on. I do that intentionally. Because I like those plays. Okay, gray signaled this, which is orange's army. And blue says, yes, I know. Where shall I go, says Jake Jimmy, which is to everyone. And now Luce is moving to blue's base, which is going to take 10.5 years because he's got slow chonker elephants, but they're definitely going to go after blue. Oh, God, Jake Jimmy's king being out like that makes me so nervous. Also, he is making petards out of there. So maybe he's, like, planning to eventually kill green. I think we have to get green. He's not going to stop. And Jake Jimmy says, ah, damn, okay. As his king is sharing the same corner as green's. They need to coordinate somehow. Gray, can you hear me, says green. Yeah, so, like, green's basically trying to say, we need to kill blue by getting to this island, which is going to be hard, and we need multiple people. And now gray is saying they will move on to you next, mate. Then I will backstab them. So gray is on team blue. Blue has fed gray some information. So they have seemed to be good friends this game. I don't think it benefits gray in the long term, though. Gray and Gree, we need to aim for blue. Gray's not on board with that. Green says, I was tempted to attack you just because I was thinking that is what T90 wanted. Also, to see if Coustier are better than elephants, lol. Wow. Someone who cares about what I want and also wanted to test what I wanted. That's next level dedication. Green is attacking blue right now. And the promise from blue, or given to blue by gray, was that this would be the time that gray would attack green. Blue is about to round up these armies into elephants, or into transports. And oh my god, he probably could have... Whoa! Oh, it's a visual bug. Okay. Gray says, don't let T90's bloodthirsty nature cloud your senses. I am not bloodthirsty. Also, why is Gray sending his king this away? Ah, safety. Okay. Well, I have to pay attention to Blue's transports, but that tells me that Blue knows something's up over here. Maybe saw Orange's king, but Orange is now inside of the castle. Okay, so now Blue turns on Orange. So it's going to be impossible for Blue to take that out. Blue will lose his whole main base here. Elephants, Teutonic Knights, there's just no way. There's no way you stop this. Sorry, Blue, but it is time, says Orange. And Gray is probably realizing that if Gray is going to fight back, which is now Gray is going to do, that he doesn't want the king anywhere near. And whoa, Blue. What are you doing? Blue says, it's okay. Where are you going? This is like that part in the movie where they're like, sire, we have you to safety. And then suddenly the king, like, suddenly has a conscience. And he's like, I let my people down before, but I won't do it any longer. And then he just dies later on. And people were like, dude, like, we kind of understood your decision. I won't let you go down, mate, says Gray. Okay, so wow, we've got a big old battle. And we will get to find out who wins between Elephants and Coustier. Gray's not making any moves, though, onto... he's not making any moves onto Green and Orange's base. He's just simply coming over here, which tells me that Gray maybe didn't know where the king was. Here comes Blue, and Blue's going to hop into the transport. Is Blue going to try and kill Lou Bagel and Jake Jimmy with his king? Is he going to... Like, this is clearly an offensive style push. You have the king, you have the Rams, and you have the Cavalier. So if the Cavalier and the... Uh-oh, just passing. If the Cavalier and the Rams... So... Oh! If only Jake would get ballistics! Okay, so the king's in there. And now the king's back in the transport. So now the king's having second thoughts. But why bring the king if you're not trying to detonate it? Also, it's funny, right next to this, we have petards from Orange. This king, man. he really regrets his decision. Oh, please, Orange, hit the transport with petards, please. I don't think Orange knows. Wow, that's funny. Meanwhile, if you're wondering how this is going, it's still really bad for Blue. And there goes the transport. Oh, my God. I mean, there's no way he gets close to the kings, right? Says, Gray, get me as close as you can. Unless he's patient. He has to wait for the castles to go down. All right, well, that was defended pretty easily. I thought he was going to make a run through that way. But, wow, I was expecting Blue to try and get the win for himself, but well played from Blue to have some respect for the teammate here. And so Blue is going to try and get the win for Gray. That's an interesting plot twist considering Blue had played a hand in killing so many people. Choosing to hand the win over. We will win you your first community game. Oh my God. What if Gray was like, actually, bro, I've won 3. Okay, T90 didn't upload them to YouTube, but there's still wins. Now, this is Gray's first community game ever. This is the player who I drew for the first game today and then said, oh my God, I haven't updated the game in months. I have to wait for the game update to download. And then I said, okay, fine, you're in the next one. So this is genuinely Gray's first community game. As for Blue, maybe a player who's gone by different names. I don't recognize this name from other community games, but there is sort of a path towards that corner. Oh, wait a second. Treason was just researched, and Green is over here now. Oh, Green moved. Green relocated. And then you still have Jake Jimmy here, but look, Jake Jimmy is up to no good. He had petards, so he was thinking he might take Green. So Gray will have to work harder for the community game. Blue might be able to kill one person, but not both. Build me a market somewhere. Gray says no res. And Gray's saying before you die. Makes sense. I would send the resources to Gray. That way you could trade with that. Or to Blue. Actually, does Blue have any vills I can get over there? I would say I have my docks. Oh my God. Also, Blue's massing Navy, so Blue could... Yo, this could be sick. But be careful with your king. You can't kill Green's king if you send your king forward here, Blue. You have to wait. That's a lot of Navy. What the resources? He said no resources. That's not true at all. What is happening with Blue? Blue, you have more resources than, like, any player remaining. What are you... What... What the... Do you forget how this works? What? Okay, here comes the king. King's having second thoughts, or like fourth thoughts. The king is faster than the halves, so it can survive. And oh God. Oh, could make it to the transport. Blue is still on the way to go kill green, possibly. This is so dangerous. What is happening? Why is blue doing this? The game plan would have been perfect. Don't go too far. Green's house walling to keep... Oh, what a play. Oh my god, now the king can't run. Now the king can't run. Get quick walled, old man. Oh, geez. So green with the house wall. The people just started a village to kill the enemy king, and now there will be an explosion. And blue says something that resembles and is not pleased with the situation. I don't know why it bleeped that. Yeah, I have a lot of questions as well, blue, but I'm not going to blame the pathing on that because you had a plan. You had a plan. Like, if you would have waited, you would have been able to take out green possibly. Like, actually, there's no way green survives if blue does it right. If blue has things here, and then uses the cannon galleons on that castle, it's over for green. And then could maybe focus the attention to go in and get the other player. But, wow, okay, so we do not have the player who took the corner win the game. We now have 3 people left. For what it's worth, I don't think either of these players have ever won a community game, and I think this is the first for all 3 of them, though Lou I'm not sure on. Blue, I'm not 100% on. I don't think I've seen Jake Jimmy before. 2,000 gold and decent amounts of food for Jake. Gray doesn't have the gold. In fact, none of them have any gold income except for Jake Jimmy, who apparently has 1. And I just don't know what that 1 is. And now Jake Jimmy says, okay, we can take him as they're going to have to go after Gray. But I mean, Gray's got castles galore. And Gray could trade on water. Yeah, Gray's selling food to get gold. If I'm Gray, I'm also very happy I'm Burgundian, so I get some gold from my farms. But I would just add docks, and I would trade. I mean, Blue's still trading, and Blue's dead, so that should tell you enough. Blue just, instead of helping his teammate with an epic play, Blue just screwed him over. Blue died with 100,000 resources in the bank, and his opponent has no gold. Also, Flemish Revolution! He's gone for the revolution, so all of his villagers now turn into fighters. So, I don't know if that's going to be the best of plays here. Wow. 4 blues, says Gray. Oh, man. I mean, I have to respect Blue for... The thing that Blue did a really good job of is the idea, right? Like, the execution wasn't there, but the plan would have been epic. And so I feel for Blue in that regard. Keep fighting. Let's go, Gray. So these guys are all about it. Teutonic Knight's actually one of the best units you could have right now. I think they are very good against the Flemish militia. I think they take 1 damage, maybe? 16 attack. 13 melee armor. Okay, so they take 3 damage. But still. Also, is that treated as a unique unit? Does anyone know? I just remember the Teutonic Knights don't have the bonus against other unique units, but now I'm curious on that. The thing is, Gray now will have to produce more vills. And Gray's not doing that? Or is Gray doing that? Oh, Gray is doing it. Okay, but really needs to send them back to farms. This is going to take time. And Green says he will be done before those are gone. Also, fun fact, Green has a relic right here in the middle of everything. Which is kind of funny to me. Yeah, and I kind of agree. I think that Gray can't do it alone right now. And while it will take forever, it should be possible for Orange and for Green to trade together. They need to be doing it, but it should be possible for them to trade together on land. And if they trade, then they get gold income, and then they eventually push back Gray, and then I think Gray is dead. Now, it's concerning to me that we are not seeing the trade. However, Green has 75,000 food and could easily sell food for a long time to get the siege, and maybe, just maybe, Gray will run out of the food here. Yeah, like, Gray's at the limit, right? And has to produce more vills. So Gray's going to run out of resources here shortly. But, okay, back to my question. Flemish militia considered a unique unit? I've never seen samurai against Flemish militia, so I'm curious. I mean, I'm sure the samurai would wreck them regardless, but... Don't tell me Green's gonna go kill... Why are you going backwards, Green? Don't tell me he's gonna try and kill Jake Jimmy right now. I believe he is. Oh no! Plot twist! I mean, Green could take Gray on his own at this point, probably. And so you don't want to take any risks, and you also have this pretty much walled up. Oh, Lou Bagel. Oh, the king is in there, guys, with a bunch of petards. So this is what you do. In some situations, you be sneaky and you attack grounded, and you don't really show your opponent. Here, you have the turn. Because you have the castle, and the castle's your king killer. So these just take out the castle. The king should die. Now, he doesn't know there's 16 units in there, but the king should die to the castle fire. Now, Orange is not really focusing on that. Orange is still focused on the front. Jake Jimmy, I feel, has been a pretty valuable ally to Green. So I think maybe Green is waiting to do this till later on. I don't think Jake Jimmy has ever had betrayal in mind this entire game. Like, true betrayal, I don't think so. Alright, let's see. Yeah, obviously you can go attack round on the castle here, Shulker, but I've seen enough instances where the person realizes and runs away, and then you would have to kill the king with bombard cannons. The castle fire with ballistics is very big help. But I mean, the longer you wait here, Green, the more time it takes for the opponent to realize. Back to Gray's stockpile. Gray's dead. Gray's got 17 vills. Gray will have castles, which will get lots of kills, I'm sure, but the siege ram should be able to take that out. Gray says, okay, Orange, I admit my mistakes. God, man. Like, Gray needs to start telling Orange, like, listen, go kill him right now. He's going to kill you. Ah, this is the right play from Gray. This is the correct play. Now, whether it'll do anything, I don't know. But I think Jake Jimmy needed a wake-up call. I admit my mistakes, but you also have to admit that you can never beat Green. And now Jake should look back here and say, oh, he's trying to backstab me. And actually, he is. Look, he's producing stuff here. He was not producing stuff here before. So, guys, this is top-tier Diplo from Gray. Gray might not get the win, but this is precisely what you like to see. Realizing how this is going to go. Meanwhile, Green's like, yeah, we got this. We got this. Let's go. We're buddies. As he's just waiting. It's a great job from Gray. So we could have a backstab here shortly. We'll see. Backstab, sorry. That other game from last week got me. Gray still also staying in the game, so buying time for Jake Jimmy to plan something. What's the stockpile again? Oh, it's so bad for Jake Jimmy. It's so bad. I wonder if it's even worth it to ask Green for resources right now. I mean, the Petards and the Paladins would technically be enough to kill a king, but I don't know. They really haven't been able to use the Rams against the castles yet, which is kind of sad. But Green should be able to do that now. Orange is losing a lot of units, which might be part of Green's plan. And Gray now says, join me. And remember, Gray does have a king. But I don't know how you get that king to this area. Join me, and together we shall revive the glorious Orange-Gray Alliance. Was there ever a glorious Orange-Gray Alliance? Oh god, there's Cav Archers now too. Oh boy. I think it's really tough for Jake Jimmy right now because of the lack of resources. It's so low. 12 eco. And Green is seeing Orange as valuable for the time being. Green will never let you win. And Jake Jimmy says, I'm afraid I can no longer do that. As in, I can no longer help. I can no longer live. I can no longer turn on Green. Look back at all our memories. There were some great memories that I personally don't really remember, but clearly the relationship meant more to Gray than it did to Orange. Also mods. Yeah, I think the mods will handle that. I would just love to see Orange just YOLO those petards with the 5 paladins to go get green. That'd just be so funny. It'd be such an ambitious journey because it should never work, but especially if they ran right through the houses, it'd be perfect. And now Orange says, this is the last of my resources, frowny face. Which is going to play right into Green's hands. And Green says, thank you for being the best ally. Which, I'll be honest, Jake Jimmy was a fantastic ally for Green. And I think Green's not kidding with that. Obviously, Green will want to take the win. But I think there's some respect there. Gray has tried, but Gray hasn't really offered much beyond encouragement and love. Jake Jimmy appreciates the love from Green as well. Green's still being patient, because I guess if you know Orange is out of resources, you don't really need to worry. Saw it was community games. I've never driven home so quick from work in my life. How's everyone? Can you imagine if you got pulled over for speeding? But officer, there's these things called community games, and T90 was about to do the drawing. I've been watching for 4 years, and I've yet to get in one. You have no idea how important it is. Like, oh, okay, we'll let you off with a warning. That sounds like a pretty big deal. At least one person in history at this point should have, like, gotten pulled over for speeding or something because they're trying to get home for community games. At least one person over all these years should have. But I never heard about it, sadly. If that ever happened, tell me, but I wanted to be honest. I'm not exactly recommending you guys commit crimes, by the way. But, you know, just a thought. Well, it's rather slow now. It feels like Gray tried everything. I shall let you in if you join me against the evil green dude. So Gray's tactic is now, hey, I'm going to beast it up. So I'm going to let you win if you join me against green. I have nothing left. Yeah, Jake is just like, when is this game over? Because I can't do anything. And Gray is obviously bluffing. Okay. Chat. Oh, he says, I have nothing left to green. And I guess that was a mistake. Because he was responding to Gray and now says, I have nothing left. Aww. Aw, it's so sad. I mean, you do have 50 army. But it's like, either way, it's... Like, I think if you kill green, you get second. If you kill Gray, you get second. So you might as well fight with green, who's been your ally. And Lou realizes that they're almost there, so... Dang, man. That you still have me. That used to mean something. Oh my god. Well, I'll hand it to Gray. The chat is certainly entertaining. Can you imagine, though, if Blue would have just sent the resources to Gray? Sending the resources prior to committing suicide would have been awesome. I know that Blue had regrets and was trying to save the king, but... There's just so much emotion in Orange's words. I'm sorry. And Gray still chatting. What's it gonna be here? Yep, you're right. Right about that, Lou. He certainly had a lot of stone. You know, T90 would be right now saying, you should join me. That would be wise. Maybe. Well, not really, right? Like, I'm not too sure. And the king actually has gone down there. Oh, no, it hasn't gone down. Excuse me. It's inside the castle. Okay. The capture age is very confused at what's attacking here. It's like a mix of everything. And there he goes. The king goes down for Gray. And now Lou Bagel should take the win, turn against Jake Jimmy. I'd love to see a little bit of chat beforehand. Yep. Goodbye, my friend. And then GG Green, thank you. Yeah, big respect between these two. And Green waited. To be fair, Green waited. And now here goes Orange. And, well, the King is... I think maybe Orange is hoping that the King is in there, but nope, it's just a bunch of elephants. Still trying to survive with the King. Also sniping the bombard cannons, but the King pops out. The Cav archers are there. And another King goes down. GG. Wow. I have to say, I would not have predicted Lou Bagel win this game. I also wouldn't have predicted that Lou Bagel would kill blue, gray, and orange. A lot of unexpected things happened in this game. Obviously, a lot of this game got thrown for a twist because blue decided to play it very differently from what we would have expected with the perfect position there with the King. Didn't work out. I think it would have been a legendary moment that we talk about for a long, long time, but instead, it was an attempt at a legendary moment that we'll still probably talk about for a long, long time, dying with 100k resources, but I thought it was a great game. And, like, I feel like for every game, you know, if you talk about how this game developed, like, it felt like there was going to be a lot of structure for a while, and then people just kept switching it up. I was very happy with how this one went. I think Teal got sniped at a time that maybe Teal didn't expect, and in a way that Teal didn't expect. Red, that was probably the only unexpected snipe in this game. I felt like this showed how important alliances are. It showed how important committing to a job and finishing it is as well, because we had instances where players were kind of choosing sides and switching back and forth, but man, that was solid. Yeah, I think Wonder Victory could have been possible for Blue, but also, like, Wonder Victory would have been funny for me if Blue tried it earlier and you had 6 people trying to compete to take the Wonder. I think otherwise, I think at the later stages of the game, they would not have been able to stop a Wonder Victory. I could be wrong on that. It takes a long time for a Wonder to complete, but Northland's delivered for us as a map here. Here's the KD for you. You had Lagarin with 1,400 kills there, 900 deaths. Not too bad, obviously, for our winner with 1,200 deaths there, or 1,200 kills, sorry. Economically, even though the player was dead for a while, it doesn't surprise me because Teal's approach of water trade was huge. I think Teal just made a mistake with the King, right? Was it Green that killed Teal? I think it was, right? I think it was the crossbows, and I guess Teal just was distracted. Because Teal was kind of being attacked on land and tried to run away with the transport ship, yeah. Philosopher in chat was blue in that game and is apologizing to Gray now, profusely. What else we have here? I guess eco counts. I don't think this is necessarily interesting for you guys. APM's not really that interesting either. Apparently, Jake Jimmy's the fastest player in the game. Holy. 153 APM there. What were you doing? Dang, that was when he queued the petards, probably. But, yeah, I think, you know, sometimes when there's water maps, it can be tough for the games to be as exciting, and sometimes the maps can be too water dominant, but I was really happy with Northlands. This delivered. We had done it years ago. I actually recall Snippy playing in one, and Snippy's actually in the chat now, but I wasn't sure if in 2022 it would be awesome. Also, 2 hours and 15 minutes game time on the nose. Sick stuff.